beautiful people.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to She Speaks Sacred.
Where her voice becomes a sacred right.
She Speaks,
We listen,
Spirit Move. I'm Wambui Mukunda.
And I am Zanele. We want to talk about inheriting spiritual gifts. What is a spiritual gift according to you?
For me, a spiritual gift is any kind of power, if I may say so, that comes from my generation. If I, to give an example, I come from a clan called Ezaga or Nyambura. We are gifted. Our tongues are very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's something that I got from my father. My father got from his father, like
Yeah.
that. So it's from that clan that we get that power of our tongue. Our tongue are very powerful. Our thoughts are also very powerful. So I'm always cautious of the
What
words
you
that
say, what you
what
feel.
yeah. So I'm very, very cautious of that. So for me, a spiritual gift is something like that. Yeah.
I've heard a myth about
Ezaga.
your clan.
Ezaga.
Hey, can you, looking at how
Mm,
you guys are spiritually gifted,
yeah.
can you say that it's kind of true, or have you like traced it back and maybe thought about where it's really coming from? This myth, to say.
I think as I grew up, I didn't know much about it. But right now, because I'm trying to understand myself better and where I come from,
Yeah.
I'm realizing some things I used to do, I used to say that came to life. Literally, us as other people, we also speak to the rain. We can literally stop the rain. And let me tell you, sometimes I tell people I've stopped rain severally,
And
and they find it so awkward.
yeah.
There's a trip we were going with my colleagues for one of colleagues through Russia, and literally we needed to stop somewhere and take a photo. And I told the rain to stop. I don't know whether it was for them, maybe it was like a coincidence,
Yeah. But
but
for you,
but for me,
yeah.
I knew it was those words that I altered because they did also say, "Hey, you literally have spoken to the rain."
And
So
listen.
and it listened. So I think it works. If you understand yourself as who you are as a person,
Yeah.
it works. And it's very, you need to be very cautious of those spiritual gifts that you inherit because
Yeah.
sometimes you can use them for good, you can use them for bad, but mostly use them to enrich yourself, to protect yourself, take care of yourself. When people are scared of Ezagas
Yeah.
in the Kikuyu culture, they don't like. They say we are witches. See, I don't know how we are witches,
Yeah.
but for me, I find it like such a powerful thing. Even before ceremonies were done by the elders, they needed another person to go and speak to God before they could do the ceremony. So if we are used in the right way, if I may say so,
You can do a
we,
lot for this country.
for this country,
Yeah.
for this society, for our families,
Yeah. For
yes,
your
yeah,
husband.
yes, especially them.
Exactly. Yeah, so you realize that
Mm,
it's so important to
yeah.
have spiritual gifts, and we can only inherit them from our lineages, from our ancestors.
Mm,
It would be so unfortunate for somebody to have no connection with their ancestors, with their ancestry, because that is where you get your power, that is where you get knowledge, power.
yeah.
So much is being gifted to you
Mhm.
spiritually. But nowadays, I've realized that because we have moved away from our ways, you find that people don't realize what gifts they have. Like for you, you understand, for example, that hey, you're Mwedaga,
Yeah.
and that clan of yours is spiritually gifted in this way. So you are able to use that to your advantage. But there's somebody who doesn't even know their clan. How will they now know the gifts that come with their clan? It's so important for you to understand where you come from, to understand your lineage, to even go back to your village. A lot of
Yeah.
us right now, our generation, even the younger ones, they've lost connection to their ancestors. And you find that people don't go to the villages to learn and understand what kind of gifts that their families or their lineages were gifted with. In my country, in my culture, in my clan,
Yeah.
I don't want to say my clan's name. In
Mhm.
my clan, we used to treat the kings. So my
Mm.
great grandfather was the Sangoma, big Sangoma. So we are rulers in that clan because of that spiritual gift that was passed on by our ancestors.
Yeah.
So me right now where I am, I know that I have the power of Osangoma in me because of that lineage that I come from.
Yeah.
And that is how, when you dream about things, when you see things, when you get messages, you easily connect because you know that, oh, this is part of me, this is part of who I am. And sometimes, religion made us to demonize our ways. When somebody was to tell me that I was to be a Sangoma in the last maybe even 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago, I would have said I don't want to be associated with that, but that is a power that is in me and it's coming from my lineage. So at some point you have to accept it. And we've seen a lot of people going crazy. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so many people are going crazy because
Mm-hmm.
they're also not understanding.
Understanding,
So many
accepting.
people
Mm-hmm.
have gone crazy because they are
Mm,
not understanding where they come from. Their
mm,
mind are confused, and we
mm,
have the things that happen for those people that are spiritually gifted.
mm-hmm.
Adwago in Kikuyu culture, sometimes they face such a challenging time before they understand that
Yeah.
they are brought into this world for a certain gift.
Mm,
So you find someone has going through mental issues or an illness that the
mm-hmm.
doctors cannot identify what it is,
Mm,
but once they go back to their family, to their clan, they are told this and this used to happen
yeah.
to people in your lineage. So this is not supposed to happen to you so that these problems can stop happening to you.
Yeah.
So you find the moment they go through that ceremony of becoming now spiritual leaders,
Yeah.
their problems end. That
Mm,
becomes the end of it. And it's very important as people, we go back.
yeah.
Let me tell you, sometimes I say there's something that is protecting me, that is watching over me,
Mm-hmm.
because every time something bad happens to
Mm-hmm.
me and I'm hurt, it goes back to the sender.
Yeah.
I don't, there's someone who was speaking bad about me, and the same scenario happened to
To
them.
them.
And sometimes it's not me, maybe it's my thoughts, something
Yeah.
maybe I
Your
thought
tongue.
about it, maybe it's a
Mm,
time, maybe I said something about it.
mm,
But I feel like just because of who I am and where I
mm-hmm.
come from, I got that divine protection
And
that is always with me.
understanding who you are. You
Yes.
can be what you are and who you are, but
Mm,
without you understanding the power that is
yeah.
embedded in you,
Mm.
having that gift, it will not work.
It will
You have
not.
unlocked it just by
Yeah.
accepting it and
Mm.
acknowledging it.
And
Yeah.
understanding who you are as a person
Yeah.
and loving who you are as a person,
Mm,
because we find people from different clans, they don't
mm-hmm.
want to acknowledge those clans they come from,
Mm,
just because those clans are defamed,
mm,
just because of their characters, whereas those are gifts,
yeah.
gifts that they got from their ancestors, these gifts that they've been having from one generation to the other. So the moment we start embracing who we are and accepting the gifts that our ancestors gave
Mm-hmm.
us,
Mm-hmm.
not just the physical, because they left us land,
Yeah.
they left us skills that we can harness and work with them,
Mm-hmm.
but also the spiritual gifts. If you're able to embrace that, that will be fantastic.
Yeah. And do you
Yeah.
know that you can block your spiritual gifts just by not doing? They always say
Hmm.
spirituality comes with so many strings attached. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I know in Kikuyu, and this one will come as a controversy and
Mm.
a topic that most Kikuyu women do not like and do not want to hear. In Kikuyu culture, I know that for most clans, they wanted their ladies or girls to undergo that thing that, everybody's talking against right now. And you find
Mhm.
that because of not undergoing it, a lot of people are losing their gifts, they are losing, a lot of potential in their lives, even
Yeah.
financial opportunities, because your great grandmother who said, not even a single girl in this home will not undergo this,
This.
is
Yeah.
still angry because you have not undergone it. So you're not now being given, your gift
Yeah.
that you need to be inheriting from that
Mm-hmm.
grandmother. It's even worse if you are named after that same person. So sometimes our gifts come with a lot of attachments. I don't know why our ancestors used to do this to us, because they say we are able to give
Yeah.
you this, but in exchange you need to do
Do
this for
this.
us.
There were
Yeah.
condition sets
Yeah, there
for
were so many
that.
conditions.
Yeah.
And Kikuyus don't like to hear this. Ladies do not
Mm-hmm.
like to hear this kind of arrangement that they have with their ancestors. But it's a fact. I've seen it happening. I've seen
Yeah.
people even going sick, cancers and all of that, just by refusing to go. And the minute they do it, everything vanishes.
The body
So
heals, the spirit
yeah.
heals.
So you realize that spiritual gifts are more powerful than the land that you are saying, because
Yeah.
if you're not spiritually gifted, even that land can be stolen from you. Do you know that?
True, true.
Somebody can just bring a lawyer and say this and this and this about it, and that'll be over. You don't
Yeah.
have land anymore. If it's cows, if it's whatever, they can die. But your
Mm-hmm.
spiritual gift is within you. It
Yeah.
can never die, and it's always protected by
Mm.
those higher than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna add
I,
something?
I think it's very important that we always honor our ancestors for
Mm-hmm.
the gifts that they left for us,
Mm,
for everything that they gifted us, and especially the spiritual gifts. I think
mm,
by honoring them in how we conduct ourselves, in how we name our children, in the way we speak our
mm-hmm,
language, and so many other practices that we do to honor our ancestors,
mm-hmm.
I think that also also empowers them wherever their spirits are resting. It also empowers them to also continue to protect us, to watch over us, to continue gifting us and bringing us goodies into this world. Yeah.
Guys, let us know what you think about this. Do you have a spiritual gift that you are aware of, or one that you are not even aware of, but maybe have been hearing rumors from your clan, from your family? Let us know. Are you accepting it? How are you acknowledging it and making sure that you live according to the ways of ancestors? If you'd love to support us, we still have a Telegram community. Join for only 100 shillings per month. We also have TikTok. Go and follow us there and like, share, and subscribe on this channel. Bye.
Bye.